Hi, I'm Kaylee. Welcome back, or welcome to another writing vlog. If you watched my last video, I was talking about how I had sort of a slump, or I had two decisions to make about what to do with my projects if I wanted to work on this new witchy Carmilla-retelling, or which would be my first gothic romance novella, or if I wanted to dive into the hefty research that would go into revising draft 2 of my, I don't even know, there's so many, my fantasy project, my fantasy series that I've been working on for the past year or so. Yeah, I came to my decision really quickly because I realized I still have not done my read through of draft 2. So while I'm doing that, I can work on the novella while I also do my research. So I can do both. I'm just really excited, if you can't tell, because last night I tried doing the read through twice. I tried once on my own. I did a cute little walk down to the park, brought my laptop, started doing the read through, and it made me seriously overthink a lot of things because I was like, ew, this is I don't know, there were so many things of that chapter when I was doing the read through, I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. So it kind of made me want to put it aside for a little bit, which is the same exact reaction I had when I was reading through draft 1, interestingly. So last night I thought that it would be a better idea if I did this read through with my partner. So that happened. We didn't get through the whole first chapter because my chapters are really long. There's 9 chapters in a 100,000 word story. So of course the chapters are beastie. But the experience of having someone else who doesn't really read the genre and hasn't really seen this story at all before was really interesting to me, at least. I felt like I was able to be more objective and not as the author and thinking oh, this is really cringe, all of those things. It was more I was able to read it for what it was and be okay, I repeated the fact that she crossed her arms, right? I said that she had crossed her arms maybe just a few dialogue tags earlier. And I was like, oh, I caught that easily, versus the first time I was trying to read through it, I was making so many critiquing comments that were just really weighing down my morale to work on this revision. So yeah, those were 2 different experiences with the read through. I hope that we are able to keep doing the read through relatively quick. We'll see how that happens. But that was definitely fun. And now I am ready to work on this novella. So my whole goal with this is to just give myself no limits. Truly just write indulgently, not care, not think about if it's good or bad or any of that stuff. If it's bad, let it be bad. I don't care. I just want to have a lot of fun writing a very short but spicy, or I don't know if I want it to be spicy, but short but sweet. I don't know if it's gonna be sweet either because it is more gothic, but I do want to write a short novella just for fun, something that I don't put a lot of thought into because I feel all of my other projects I've had to use so much brain power, and I just want to let go and have a lot of fun writing something. Yeah, that's the entire goal with this novella. I already have my outline set. I started writing a few paragraphs just to test out where I want to begin a few days ago, but I honestly don't know if I like this beginning. It kind of starts right with her having sort of a nightmare, and which is very cliche, which is why I don't know if I want to start it like that. And the reason I began it that way is because Carmilla begins with Laura, the protagonist, sort of describing that first encounter she had with Carmilla, where she was sleeping, she felt, or half awake or something, sleeping, I don't know, and she felt like basically like the vampire fangs sinking into, I forget if it was her chest or her neck, whatever, but basically she felt the vampire fangs when she was very young as a girl, and she was just recounting that experience as a way to open up that novella. But at this point, maybe I need to innovate, because at this point, like, I think Sheridan LeFanu, I think he wrote this like 200 or 300 years ago. I don't know, don't quote me on that. But since then, I feel like opening with a dream or nightmare is a little too cliched at this point and overdone. So honestly, I might just scrap that whole beginning and just start the whole thing over again right now. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I might just use that scene a little later. We'll see. But yeah, welcome to a new vlog. You're gonna see me write a novella. This is the first. I don't know how it's gonna go. We're both about to find out. It's now 3:50. I just finished writing around 800 words of chapter 1 for this novella. I stuck with the dream-ish. It's not really a dream since it really happened, but my protagonist thinks it's a dream or like a nightmare. I stuck with that idea, but instead of beginning right with the dream, I added in two paragraphs of like, I don't know, introduction to like ease into it. It went really well. I really like how the chapter went. I think it intermingles a lot of grief and desire into one, because in my version of this Carmilla-retelling, my main character, who's meant to be Laura, but I'm going to make her into a witch. She's mourning the loss of her best friend, who is, of course, going to be the Carmilla character, who's going to come back as a vampire. So she's mourning the loss of her best friend, but then she has this sort of like erotic dream nightmare of her friend returning and ending up being a vampire. Yeah, it was short, but I like it. It was really fun. I like how it turned out. I think total it's around 923 words for that first scene/chapter. It's a really good start. I'm really happy. I might want to, no, I was going to say I might keep working on it later today, but I think now I want to make some marketing content for Skin of Gold. Well, first I'm going to go on a little walk because it's really nice out. Then I'm going to make some marketing content for Skin of Gold and probably do some more reading of either Catabasis or One Dark Window, and continue doing my read through of Project Paradise, and also doing more research for Project Paradise. So I started reading the Tao of Craft by Benabel Wen. Those are the two really fat books that came in for me over the weekend. I started reading that. I actually skipped ahead to the last chapter where she wrote in a note on cultural appropriation, and I feel like I'm so glad that I've decided to embark on this very big like research aspect of this project, because I think my gut feelings of like this is wrong, I should not just be using like all of the sigils from Taoism as just like for fun and just like throwing it into my fantasy project like on a whim without doing proper research, is true, because she pointed out how the cultural appropriation of the swastika, which is a very important symbol within Asian cultures, which has significant cultural meaning. It means divine protection and all of these other, like, joy and prosperity and blessing, all of these other meanings that are deeply rooted in Asian cultures and philosophies, traditions, religions that predate Christianity, and how Nazi Germany distorted its meaning. It predates Christianity, first of all, by a long time. But then also, now that Nazi Germany has appropriated that very significant symbol, it's distorted its meaning so that people of Asian descent who are Buddhist or otherwise can't even go out into the world wearing a swastika that might be blessed or considered holy to them. They can't go out into the Western world without being looked at crazy or being something said to them by white people, essentially, because the meaning of the swastika has been so warped by cultural appropriation. And that is not what I want to do with, like, Fu and these talismans that I would have been using for my fantasy project. So far, research is going really well. I'm excited to actually read more about the actual craft as opposed to just that last chapter I skipped ahead to. But yeah, it's just a good confirmation to know that my intuition, my gut feelings on this topic are true. Yeah, that's my little update, and yeah. Hi, it's the next day. Writing is going well. I'm not quite finished with the second scene. I'm aiming to do like 1,000 word scenes and maybe do like try to aim for 30,000 words. I wrote 920 words so far today. Total, I have 1,843 words for the entire novella. But I do want to finish up this little scene later on today because I am going to my second writing group tonight, which I'm excited about. I already went to one before. I think I told you guys about that. That one was not exactly what I was looking for because it felt more like I was showing up for a lecture and there was no actual writing time. It was more just discussion about the topic, which is fine. But I wanted to get some actual writing in and maybe like sharing that writing. I'm not too sure. So tonight's writing group is different. It will be my first time going. And that writing group has free writing time and time for critique or sharing if you would like. So I'm excited to see how this different writing group goes. I will update you guys on that. Really exciting. I'm also liking how writing is going. Even though I only wrote 920 and it took a bunch of hours in the day, I'm having a lot of fun with research because obviously I wanted to do a witchy fall novella, and Halloween was going to be a big part of that. But I'm doing more research about Halloween and how that has taken elements and evolved from Samhain, which is, I'm pretty sure, a Gaelic festival. And so it's just interesting to see how the history of that festival has evolved in terms of the church and Christianity, basically. I'm not going to say more, but it's interesting because I do have Mists of Avalon on my TBR, and I think that tackles a lot of those same themes and topics. So yeah, witchy novella going well. Right now, she's talking with my main character is talking with her father, and he's trying to convince her to go to this like Halloween masquerade ball. And she's like, no, I don't want to go. I have a lot of work to do. Like, she has a lot of spells to cast because Halloween is when her magic is at its strongest. But her father doesn't know she's a witch, and she's concealing this big secret from him. She doesn't want him to know that she's a witch. Her mother was a witch. Her mother is dead, and her father would basically freak out if he knew that his only daughter is practicing witchcraft. So yeah, having a lot of fun. I do want to finish up this scene, but I do want to do some work for Skin of Gold first. Like, now I'm working with uploading it to Draft to Digital. Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm on track for publication, and even though November 11th is a bit away, I just want to make sure everything is streamlined, in place, so that I can focus on promoting that and marketing that. Yeah, that's what's going on. Writing group tonight. Still working on this scene, having a lot of fun, going well, and I will check back in with you guys later. The proof for Skin of Gold just came in from Amazon. Let's just open it. What? I'm actually speechless. This is the first chapter. I literally what? This is so cool. And look at the sides. I don't even know what to say other than I'm just so happy with how this turned out. Because I realized just earlier that I might have uploaded the wrong formatted interior, but everything looks really good. Like, it looks professional. Just so beautiful. Oh god. Yep. That's my update. Yeah, I need to process this. But let me update you guys on how the writing group went last night. I am so happy I went and that I tried another writing group because I liked this one a lot better. This one was more of what I was looking for and what I think of when I think of writing group. There's more people. Everyone just came and they had already shared a 500-word piece that they had written previously. So everyone just took turns reading their piece out loud. Everyone, or whoever wanted to share, shared. And then people just commented either what they noticed or critiques or whatever questions they had that piece brought out for them. And afterwards, there's free writing time. People were super nice and welcoming. I definitely want to go back. And the other plus for this writing group is that they meet once a week. So every week. The other writing group the first one I went to, they met twice a month. It was like the first day, like the first Tuesday of the month, and then like the last Thursday. I don't know, something like that. So they met less often. This one meets every week, which I like a lot. And I like that everyone actually shares, and there wasn't like a hierarchy, so I didn't feel like I was the student teacher vibe. I didn't get that from this group. It more felt like we're just all equal, all writing and sharing together, which is what I like. So yeah. I finished up writing up the second scene today for the novella, and then I've spent the rest of the time trying to set up my PayHip store so that I could have the books sold directly from me as opposed to through Amazon, because if I want to do signed pre-orders, I would have to do that probably through a direct storefront, which is, yeah, I'm still figuring it out. I'm a little, yeah, that's going on, but I'm so happy with this. It's, oh my god, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Like, let me just show you some of the inside as like a special preview if you watch my videos. I'm just like, I think by the time this vlog comes out, the cover reveal will have happened. But yeah, this one has like the not for resale stripe that Amazon does. But even with this stripe, I can just picture how the final product would look, and so beautiful, literally so beautiful. Like, this moment, all worth it, every single thing. But yeah, oh my god. I've decided to end this vlog here because I realized that this book is an actual book. Like, it's so crazy. This is my first time seeing a physical bound copy of Skin of Gold. For the past 5 years, I've only seen this as a document being sent back and forth in my email. And seeing it, holding it for the first time has truly transformed me in a way I didn't know that was possible. Like, it's been so long since I've been so proud and felt so much love for this project. I think because like 5 years is a long time to be working on one project for me. So I think some of that love I've forgotten for this book, and it's taken seeing the words printed on the paper to remind me how much I love this story, how proud I am of it, of how true it is. And I want to devote most of my time leading up to November 11th giving this book the love that it deserves in terms of marketing it as much to the best of my ability as possible. And I don't think I can do that if I am trying to juggle so many different projects at the same time, with this new novella, with researching Project Paradise, running my YouTube channel, and of course life outside of all of those things. And I really do want to give Skin of Gold the best shot that it has at reaching as many of the right people that I can. And I feel like I can tell that I've been sort of tired for the past month or so, just trying to juggle everything. But I want to feel energized and excited and just devoting my time and energy solely towards this project that I feel like I've just remembered does deserve all of that time and attention, because it is a great story. I love this book so much. And yeah, I think I want to just end with giving you guys a little sneak peek inside so you can get a glimpse at the world of Skin of Gold. From so far, you guys have only seen the synopsis, or not even this. All you guys have seen is the description, the proof cover, and I guess the cover if you follow me on social media. And I feel like that's it. All you know is that my main character, her name is November Yu. She goes by Nova, or that is her nickname, is Nova. And that's all you know. So I thought I could share some of the inside as a really nice way to end up this vlog. Oh, I won't be not writing at all during this time. I do think I want to give myself an hour each morning devoted solely to just writing, because I do love writing a lot, and I feel like I want that hour, even if not a lot of words is happening, even if I just have an hour a day where I get to spend time with a creative project, I will be happy. So right now it's 9:03 a.m. It is raining outside. It looks so cozy just on my window. This is perfect writing weather for me. I have a fresh giant mug of coffee. I'm really looking forward to diving into the third scene in this Carmilla retelling. I'm having a lot of fun with it, guys. It's the most... I thought I was writing indulgently with Project Paradise. I didn't know what that word meant until I started this novella. But yeah, let me show you guys the beauty that is Skin of Gold. I just love how this looks on the page. Okay, so that's the title page. And then in the inside, I have the copyright. I did register my copyright, I think, a week ago. And it's embarrassing because the manuscript that I uploaded to my copyright had, I think, like 13 spelling errors that I didn't catch until after I had already submitted it. But I looked it up. It sounds like that is fine as long as I'm not adding whole new sections or anything, that it can... Some spelling errors are okay. So yeah, I have my copyright page here just saying that, this is a work of fiction. Any coincidences, like any similarities to anything real, is just a coincidence. I own the rights to this. No AI training. Please do not use this work to train AI. No AI was used in the creation of this book. And my ISBN numbers, I purchased, I think 100 ISBN numbers. So maybe that can be a whole nother video where I break down how much I've spent on the publication of this book. But yeah, I have quite a few ISBNs. And this is my dedication I have for anyone who has faced despair and walked away smiling. And then my next pages, I have a content warning. I have a Dear Reader that lists some content warnings because I did receive, I think, 2 messages from different people just asking what the content warnings are. I will be adding these content warnings to the purchase page so before anyone even picks up this book, they are aware of all of the different topics and themes that might potentially be triggering. I will have that listed for you guys. I also have the contents page, which I think is so pretty. I did not intend to have this. I formatted this book in Atticus. So they actually did this automatically in Atticus. And it's actually oddly satisfying because I wasn't going to do this myself. I did not understand how to number the pages in a PDF, and then I did not I was not going to note down each page number for each chapter in this specific format. But I'm really glad that Atticus does this for me. It's so satisfying to see all laid out, because I also love my chapter titles. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but like Dinner Party with Ghosts. My favorites are like Merry-Go-Round of Trauma, Drugs and Other Party Favors, The Art of Resistance, Reflectionless Mirrors of the Soul, like Alchemy of Nightmares, Anatomy of Broken Things. I love my chapter titles. I feel like they sound like poetry to me. And yeah. And this is the first page. The last one is just my acknowledgements. But then this is the actual first page. So my first chapter is titled Dinner Party with Ghosts. And I will read you guys. I think I can do a separate video where I maybe read you guys the first chapter or something like that. So maybe I'll just read the first paragraph just to give you a little introduction into Skin of Gold's world. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I shall show you guys. We're shut off from the rest of the world in a tiny, colorless box. It's so sterile and cold, I feel like a cadaver awaiting dissection. Despite the probing looks from the other 6 people in the room, my autopsy report would be disappointingly boring. My cause of death invisible to anyone but me. I suppose that is why Mom wouldn't let me stay in my room, despite my insistence that I didn't need outside help. So here I am. That was the first paragraph of my debut. Yeah, guys, I am so happy with this book. This is the Amazon proof. I realized that I do need to order another proof from Book Vault for if I am doing my direct storefront, so that I can do signed pre-order copies. This will just be available for purchase on Amazon on November 11th. I do not believe there's a pre-order option for paperback on Amazon. So I will be working on, it is currently Thursday, today, I believe. So for the rest of the week, I'm just going to be working on getting all of my direct storefront ready, everything else ready to go. I published everything on Draft Digital, so pre-orders for the ebook should be available on Apple, Kobo, Barnes & Nobles, Rakuten. There's a bunch of sites that Draft Digital publishes the pre-order to, so I will have all of those links. I'm going to get everything finalized and ready for you guys so that hopefully by the weekend I can have pre-orders up, hopefully get my Goodreads and Amazon, or I have my Amazon, but my Goodreads page up so that any ARC readers can start to leave reviews. And yeah, momentum is happening. It feels so surreal, but also like it's finally happening. Like I feel like I've been waiting for this for a long time. So yeah, I shall see you guys next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and mwah.